Hey there, everybody! Do you love to travel and learn about new places? Great, then you are in the right place. Join Jasmine the cat and Gracie the tortoise as they have fun traveling the beautiful United States and learning lots of cool new facts.
Hello there, friends. It's Jasmine, the jazzy gray cat, here with my BFF, Gracie the super smart tortoise.
Greetings, friends. Gracie here. Ready to go on our next adventure to Tennessee, the 16th state as of 1796. Unlike Vermont and Kentucky, Tennessee was also part of another state first. Which one, you ask? It was part of North Carolina until after the Revolutionary War. Tennessee also fought on the side of the South in the Civil War, but in 1866, it was the first state to come back to the Union.
Again? Who would have thought that so many states were once part of other ones? I know how Tennessee got its name. A Spanish explorer, Juan Pardo, way back in 1567, went by a Native American village called Tanqua. He must have liked that name because he wrote it down and it stuck.
Juan Pardo may have named Tennessee, but he was not the first Spanish explorer. That was Hernando de Soto in 1540, and there have been discoveries of people living here over 14,000 years ago, long before the Cherokee, Chickasaw, Shawnee, and Creek people lived here.
You know what? Tennessee's nickname is the volunteer state. If you volunteer, that means you offer to do something. One thing that Tennessee is famous for volunteering for is joining the Army. Lots of soldiers from Tennessee volunteered to fight in the War of 1812, the Mexican-American War, and the Civil War.
Besides the volunteer state, it's also known as the neighborly state. It ties with Missouri on having the most states next to it, 8. They are Virginia and Kentucky, where we just were, on the north, Mississippi on the south, North Carolina on the east, and to the west we have Arkansas and Missouri.
Don't forget, the Mississippi River is also on the west and is the lowest spot in the state. Clingman's Dome in the Great Smoky Mountains is the highest spot. There are lots of farms here because the soil is super rich. Now, is it time to go yet?
It is. We're just leaving Kentucky and we'll visit Tennessee before we go back up north. Davy Crockett, a frontiersman and folk hero famous for wearing a coonskin hat, was born here in Tennessee in 1786. He was known for his excellent shooting skills, his adventures in the American frontier, and his stories of those adventures. Davy Crockett was also a lawmaker in Washington, D.C., and a soldier fighting in the War of 1812 and the Spanish-American War, where he was killed.
Oh, that's a sad ending to his story. But you know what? He certainly had a lot of adventures. You know who else lived here? Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. His home, Graceland, is in Memphis. I hope we go there.
I'm sure that we will. Tennessee is famous for its musical roots. The capital, Nashville, also called Music City, is known for its country music. And we can't forget Tennessee's natural beauty. I'm sure we will go to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
Sounds like fun. First stop, Nashville, the state capital. Some people call it the Athens of the South. Gracie, what does that mean?
I'm glad to illuminate you. Nashville is called the Athens of the South because, like the city of Athens in ancient Greece, it is proud about how much it cares about art and education. And in 1897, when Tennessee was celebrating 100 years of being a state, a copy of the Parthenon building was built in Centennial Park. Originally, it was only supposed to be a temporary building, but everyone liked it so much that a permanent one was built. And look, here we are.
Gracie, it's huge. Look at all those columns. Come on, let's go inside.
There is an art museum in here, but I would like to visit the statue of Athena.
Ooh, she is super tall and glittery.
Like the original statue, she is 42 feet tall and covered in 8 pounds of gold leaf.
All that gold makes her look so beautiful. And she has a shield in her left hand and is holding the Greek god Nike, or victory, in her right hand. Ooh, look at that serpent by her shield. I wonder if it's guarding her. I am so glad we stopped here. Now let's go hear some country music at the Grand Ole Opry.
A bit of history about it first. The Grand Ole Opry Music Stage is host to the longest-running radio show. It all began in 1925. To perform on it is a country musician's dream.
Come on, it's time for the backstage tour. The art in the dressing rooms tells the history. What a cool way to learn. Over here, over here. The green room is next. We can pretend to be stars. I can't wait.
You definitely have star quality, Jazzy. Let's finish up by going on stage.
Oh my gosh, the real stage! Just like Dolly Parton or Taylor Swift. I have the chills.
Come and sit down now. It's time for the show.
Gracie, these seats are church pews. What fun! So cool that while we watch the show, people can listen to it on the radio too. Oh, the performers are amazing. I just love this kind of music.
Why don't we listen to it on our way to Memphis, Tennessee's largest city, which is located on the Mississippi River?
Also, it's the home of Graceland and Elvis Presley. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. That was one of his super famous songs. People from all over the world love to visit his house. Only the White House in Washington, D.C. gets more visitors. I heard we can see his pink Cadillac, his airplane with gold-plated seatbelts, and his really cool costumes. I am buckled in and ready.
How about we share a few facts about him as we travel? Elvis was born on January 8, 1935. When he was 10, he won 5th place in a music contest. And even though now he is known as a great musician, when he was first starting out, some people told him that he was not very good. But he loved singing so much that he kept on trying, and look how famous he became.
His first super great song was called Heartbreak Hotel. 15 of his songs have the word blue in the title. Guess that was his fave color. Besides singing, he was also an actor. He was in 31 movies. He died in 1977. But you know what? Some people don't believe it. They thought he just went away to live somewhere and have a quiet life. Lots of people like to sing his music, so sometimes they even dress up and sing like him. They're called Elvis impersonators. Ooh, here we are. This house is amazing. Look at the mirrors in the hallway. Oh my! This jungle room over here is super cool. He had this decorated to make him feel like he was in Hawaii.
I think the stained glass in the living room is just breathtaking. The outside is just as lovely, too. This swimming pool is huge. My goodness, there is a museum just for his cars. I see his pink Cadillac.
Me too. Oh, I wish we had a pink car, although our cute blue camper is a lovely color, too. And look, he has his very own airplanes. Wow, I am so glad we had the time to stop here. Now, you know what? Let's spend some time outdoors at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Did you know twice as many people visit here than the Grand Canyon? That's a lot of people.
I didn't know that, but I do know that it's called the salamander capital of the world, with over 30 different kinds that live here.
Oh my goodness! That's a lot of different kinds of salamanders.
The Great Smoky Mountains are part of the Appalachian Mountain Range. The park is in both Tennessee and North Carolina and is over 800 square miles big.
That's huge! The Native Americans called these mountains the Place of Blue Smoke because you can see a light bluish mist on the mountain peaks. That would be really pretty to see. There's also lots of great hiking here. We can go to Laurel Falls, Grotto Falls, or Clingman's Dome, just to name a few. Where do you think, Gracie?
Why don't we try Grotto Falls?
Okay, here we go. Do you think we'll see a bear?
Probably not. Bears are usually seen in the early morning or evening when it is quieter.
Too bad. Oh, but look at all the butterflies. Magical.
Here we are at the falls. Look, we can even go behind them. Careful, it's a little slippery.
The falls are pretty, but I should have brought my raincoat. Time to head back. Wait, before we leave Tennessee, let's check out the Salt and Pepper Museum near here in Gatlinburg.
That sounds intriguing. A museum devoted to salt and pepper shakers?
Yes, ma'am. There are over 20,000 sets of them. It all began in 2002 by Andrea Luter. She wanted to show that everyday objects can be creative and beautiful. Let's check them out.
Oh, Jasmine, look over here at these. They're from the 1500s. That would make them over 500 years old. And these over here are made from silver and gold. So very fancy.
Gracie! Salt and pepper shakers made out of feet! How silly! And here are ones that look like vegetables and penguins. And space aliens! I think those would be great to have on our table. This was such a fun way to end our trip.
I agree with you. But now it's homeward bound time.
And joke time! Let's do salt and pepper jokes. Me first. What did the salt say to the pepper?
How about, you make me sneeze?
Oh, Gracie, that's a great answer because pepper does make you sneeze. But the real answer to the riddle is, hey, baby, what's shaking?
That was a good one, Jazzy. Now can you answer mine? What type of salt has the best vision?
Oh, Gracie, yours are always hard. You'll need to tell me.
All right, it's sea salt.
I get it. It's sea salt from the ocean, but it sees the best. Now it's favorite place time. I liked Graceland and the pink Cadillac, 'cause you know how I love pink. How about you?
I enjoyed seeing the statue of Athena in the Parthenon in Nashville. It made me feel like I was actually in ancient Greece. How about you, friends? What fact will you share with someone you love?
And next week, we're going to Ohio. It will be great. Make sure you come along. Bye now.
Goodbye, friends. Thanks for exploring with us today.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining Jasmine and Gracie on their adventure today. Come back next week for the next one.
Hello, everybody. It's Gwen here. If you want to know more about the places we visited, just go to our website, jasmineandgracie.podbean.com, and go to the sources page, and you can find out all about the great places that we visited. See you next week. Bye-bye.